Hi guys and welcome to another PGR2 game night, this time from the 17th of October. And we've got some familiar names in this lobby, but we've also got some new ones. And we're starting off in the compact series. We've got PRG, sorry, and PRG Guest in front. Meteor Smash as well to the left in the Renault Clio. So majority have gone for the Focus RS in the compact sports, but the couple in the Clio. Going round the first corner. Going on the inside, a lot of lag happening, and managing to come out in second place, although I did get hit slightly there, slowing us down. But there's a mighty gaggle behind of Focus RSs, and Sakis is also in the Clio, and he goes on the inside, so he moves up into first place in Stockholm. And it's like PRG is right behind. I mess up this corner and then get pinned to the wall. PRG flies through there and does a little bit of lag and jumps forward, but Saka's still in first, PRG behind, and I'm in third place, and someone is behind in the Clio there. But it is rather uneventful from here, and it was actually Jarek who's in fourth place behind in the Clio as well. But I'm just winding it on from this point, because not much really happens in terms of good racing from this point. See, PRG is still in second place, chasing down Sakis. The Focus is a lot better on the straight. The Clio matches it round corners and in the initial acceleration, but the Focus RS has got much better top speed when it comes to that. So it looks like PRG has overtaken Sakis now, moving into the final lap, and I'm only about a second behind. But I never really make it close enough to make an overtake. So it's looking like it's going to be a third place, coming around the last part of the track. And round the final corner. And PRG is in first, Sakis in second. It looked like he was about a second and a bit behind. And then I cross in third. And Jarek is in fourth place. JF and G, I'm not sure who that is, in sixth. And then PRG, sorry, J's in fifth. PRG's in sixth. Null Control seventh. And Meteor Smash in eighth. But moving into the second race, we're all in the Focus RS this time, so a blue sea of Ford is all you can see at this point. But we start off in second place, going into the first corner. Not a bad position to start off. You start in the back of the pack, it really does affect your race quite a lot, unless you can get around the first corner through all the crashing. We're hassling PRG from behind here. Just about getting around in that corner, and then we both understeer into the barrier in a bit of a mess and a crash, but we managed to get out in first place, and Noel's in second, just behind. So we're in first for the first time so far. Come around this corner, and there's a bit of a crash going on between a lot of people around that corner. And round that corner nicely, and again a lot of crashing there, so I'm just going to skip it forward to the end because nothing else happens at this point. The first races are a little lacking in content, but the next one's not too bad. And Jarek managed to get a second place there, about 5 seconds behind. PRG third, Sakis fourth, Noel fifth, Meteor Smash in sixth, PRG Guest, so the second player, is in seventh, and JFNG in eighth place there. So moving on to the third race for the compact sport in Florence this time. So we changed city and started in seventh, and Sakis is in eighth place there. I'll go for the Renault Clio again, change things up a bit, and I think Jarek might have gone in that as well, but everybody else sticking with the Focus RS. And onto the straight section, and you can see the Focus is catching from behind there. A lot better in the straight line, and then lots of smashing and lag and all sorts going on in that corner, and it looks like there's three abreast there coming up behind in fourth place, but it looks like Meteor Smash has got away in second, and I can't see who's in first place at this point. Oh, it's Jarek. Jarek's in first. Meteor Smash has a bit of a crash on that corner. I get pinned against the wall, and Noel is coming up trying to challenge for that third place, and I cut into his racing line slightly there, which made me spin out a bit, and Sakis flies through into third. Noel's still side by side with me here, battling for fourth place. Sakis and Meteor Smash having a go for the second place. And And Jarek looks to be pulling away in first place there. And I completely misjudged this corner. Horrible corner by me there. Crashing into the barrier, and Noel crashes into the back of me. I block his path completely, but across the line, Noel is just in front, pulling away in that focus, but then he goes a little bit too wide into the barrier, so I'm able to retake 4th place. And PRG is actually coming through now. Then he brakes too late, slides into the wall, and I managed to just about avoid that crash. So sticking in 4th place for this. There's little bits of lag here and there. As you can see, the screen sort of freezes and then catches up. Very small amount of lag, and it makes it very hard to drive, actually, because the controller movements or the inputs from the controller don't exactly work on time sometimes when it's lagging like this. I crash into the inside of the barrier, not a very good corner at all, so down to 6th place. PRG Guest overtakes, and Noel's just there as well in 5th. So it's a close race between this side of things, and if you look on the mini-map, 1st, 2nd and 3rd are fairly close as well. There's probably a second between all of them. Taking that corner a little bit better this time, but sliding a bit too much again. So crossing onto lap 3, still in 6th place. And they're pulling away now on this straight in the focus. PRG and Noel there. Around for this corner again. Taking that fairly nice, a little bit of a drift going on there, but it looks like the Guest has flown into the wall and Noel's taking full advantage, moving up into 4th place. I'm moving up into 5th place. And it looks like 3rd place has dropped off slightly, and 1st and 2nd are very close. And I'm guessing that's Jarek and Sakis fighting for 1st place at the moment. Let's see if I can catch Noel up at this point. Taking that corner a little bit better. Again, drifting quite a lot, but taking that fairly nicely. So we're on Noel's tail now. These compact sports cars are really difficult to drive. They don't handle like anything else in the game. Especially that Focus RS, it's really weird to drive. Noel takes that weirdly, give him a shunt up the arse, and he does end up completely losing control and spinning out. There's not much could have done there to avoid that. But we move up into 4th place with that crazy crash, so just going to skip it forward from here, because it's fairly uneventful now, because there's quite a gap to 3rd place, and there's a little bit of a gap behind me to 5th place. And it looks like 1st and 2nd are really close again. And PRG's left there, so 6 players left in the game. Noel's 7 seconds behind now due to that crash. And we do finish in 4th place. So, let's see who got the win out of that race. And Sakis, just I think, overtook Jarek on the last lap there. So Jarek's 6/10 behind, Meteor Smash in 3rd, and myself in 4th. So moving on to the last race for the Compact Sports in Florence again. Only 6 of us in this race, but most of us in the Focus RS now. But Wally's now in the race, and I don't think he's got many of the cars unlocked, so he's in the Seat Leon. So into 4th place ahead of Noel. Meteor Smash again in 3rd place. Jarek and Sakis again the front of the group. I think Jarek might be in the Volkswagen Golf R32, and he is. Makes a bit of a meal of that corner, so we're able just to cruise past into 2nd place. Sakis in 1st, and I myself in 2nd. And I tried to correct that slide there and crash into the barrier. We're around this corner. Again, very weird to control these cars. A lot of sliding going on. For a front-wheel drive car as well, it's pretty strange. So it looks like from this point, nothing else is going to happen. So onto the 4th lap. And just around the last corner, we see Wally there, who we managed to lap. And Sakis is just going around the corner there in 1st place. So again, nothing really happens in this one. So we get a 2nd place. A few seconds behind Sakis, wasn't catching him. Was dropping behind a little bit each lap, actually. So we do end up finishing 3.5 seconds behind. Meteor Smash seems to be in 3rd place ahead of Jarek in the R32. So Jarek's 19 seconds behind. Noel's in 5th there. So that's going to do it for part 1, guys. In the next episode, we're in the Grand Touring series, and more of the races get interesting from this point, because this was sort of our warm-up in the compact sports. But anyway, that's it for this part. So I'll see you in part 2.